Good evening, humans. Tyrannosaurusmoth here, and tonight we're taking a look at the Gargoyles Bronx figure from NECA Toys. I've been excited to get this one ever since Goliath came out, especially because we heard that the folded wings for Goliath were going to come with Bronx, and honestly, Bronx is even better than I expected him to be. So let's get right into it. Let's do this. Aesthetically speaking, I've got to say that Bronx here is honestly damn near perfect. Like, this is kind of like the cartoon just leaped off and turned into plastic. Just beautifully done. The sculpt is just absolutely phenomenal. I mean, honestly, you can see it here. They definitely captured that very kind of rounded but with jagged edges look that the cartoon had. It's the only way I can think of to describe it. I guess that's if you know, you know sort of thing. But yeah, just love the way they did it. The way they did the blue is just like really, really nice shade. Very, very pleasant. The gradient coming down to the kind of undercarriage here is very, very nice, very subtle. Even though it's like white to blue, so just gorgeously done. All the proportions are dead on. The expressiveness in the face is just extra, extra good. I mean, you know, it's definitely a character I think you want a lot of expression in. A lot of the characters from Gargoyles were very expressive, but they definitely nailed it here. And yeah, you just absolutely love to see it. So honestly, in terms of aesthetics, I think this is almost perfect. Not a lot here in the way of accessories, but what we do have is definitely good. So getting into that, right off the bat, we do have a kind of their head, but that also has an articulated jaw, so you definitely get some more expression out of that. So it kind of acts like more than one head, which is just absolutely fantastic. Then we get an alternate head, which is definitely much more fierce. The jaw does not move on this one, but just beautiful paintwork all around. You know, even the tongue, just some really nice depth in the mouth. So that looks really, really cool. Then we get a hunk of meat. It kind of looks like wood from the side, but as you can see, there's some like sinew and stuff like that in there. So yeah, just a piece of meat for Bronx to chew on. And then finally, of course, we get Goliath's folded wings, which are definitely not the same material as the ones that came with Goliath, with the spread out ones, which are more of a hard plastic. This is definitely very like pliable PVC, which is very, very nice, very pleasant to touch. And you can see the pegs there on the back to peg that in. So that is accessories. Articulation for Bronx is an absolute joy, and honestly, everything here is what I was hoping we were going to get with the Kessler Wolf figure from NECA, but didn't get for, I mean, probably a multitude of reasons. But Bronx here is just everything you want an articulated dog-style creature to have. So starting from, I guess, front to back for the head. So again, we have that articulated jaw. If you move it up a little bit, you get a little more distance out of that, so you can fit that piece of meat in there. So there's that. Then the head is on a ball joint, so we're coming all around that way. So that's got some nice range. Then the neck is its own separate piece. Not too much on up and down. We're kind of coming about that far. And then really where it shines is the side to side. So you get some really nice kind of looks that way, which is fantastic. Then we come down to the shoulders, and they go all the way out, so you can actually get a T-pose out of it. Then we come down to the kind of elbows here, so you can come straight out, a couple clicks forward, and the feet are completely separated as they should be. So the top one is about 2 clicks, and then the toes, let's see if I can get that to go. So about that far, and you can completely straighten out. And then nothing in the middle. Actually, it does kind of feel like there's something there now that I'm moving it, but I think that might just be the actual skeleton in there. And this overlay is rubber. This actually kind of feels like a Storm Collectibles figure, which blew my mind. I never would have expected that from NECA, but I am very, very pleased about that. So then we get the hind legs, and same thing, we can just about come out into a T-pose. So try to figure out how to best show that off. So that there you go. And as you can see, there's some thigh swivel in there as well. Then we come down to the knees, and 1, 2, 3. A lot of detents here, which is really nice. So, you know, a few clicks that way and that way. So can't get into a full sit, but you do get some range. Then with this first part of the foot, straighten out about that much, and it can fold up to about there. And then finally the back toes, which can completely straighten out or come up to about there. So that is Articulation. Getting into size comparisons, here is Bronx with Goliath and the Kessler Wolf, also from NECA. With some Hasbro. With some imports. With some monsters. Finally, with an Articulated Icons Oni and yours truly in human form as an Articulated Icons Ninja. So my final thoughts on the Bronx figure from NECA Toys is that this is absolutely fantastic. I absolutely recommend picking this up. Just everything an animal figure should be. In fact, I forgot to mention in the articulation section that all of these joints have rotation, including some rocker at the toes, which is really what puts it above the Kessler Wolf figure, in that it just allows you to get more squat and wide poses. So definitely recommend this. It is currently part of, I think, the Holothon event that Target and NECA are conjointly putting together or putting on right now. So I think it's supposed to end soon. And I gotta give a shout out to my friend and subscriber Ken for picking this up for me and shipping it out, because I could not find this near me. But yeah, no, totally worth it. And I know this will be a wide release, so you should be seeing this on online retailers and such at a later point. And when that happens, those links will be in the description below. So keep an eye on that if you have not found yours yet. Definitely do not pay scalper prices for this. But absolutely pick it up if you see it and keep your eyes peeled for it. So yeah, that being said, I hope you found this review informative and somewhat entertaining. If you did, please consider liking, commenting, subscribing, and or sharing. And beyond that, if you want to take it a step further and support the channel, I will have various ways to do that in the description as well. So please check that out. And ultra thanks to you one last time for watching. So please take care of yourself, take care of those around you, and most importantly, stay weird, simians.